how veterinarians should respond to negative online reviews. So look, there's only a couple platforms to go to, right? So you've got Google, you've got Yelp, Facebook. So literally one single, and I mean one single negative online review can escalate into defamation claims, employee violations, licensing complaints, reputational damage, right? So how you respond is very, very strategic. There's a professional way to do this, and also within the legal boundaries. So there's a couple things that are just sort of paramount on how to do this, right? So some of the key principles. One, I know this is very hard. It's easy for me to say sitting behind the screen and says, hey, here's how you want to do this. But always, always, always remain professional and calm. Because we're going to get a little bit later. The last thing you want to do is fly off with emotion. And I know it's hard. So, excuse me. Then never, ever, ever disclose owner information, confidential information. That can get you in trouble with the boards and a lot of other areas that you don't want to get into. So one of the things that we see a lot is there's a lot of defensive responses and negative responses, right? So those are profoundly problematic when that occurs. So we want to focus on a couple of things. One, obviously, when you respond, you want to go ahead and protect the reputation and protection of the practice. You will, and I'll say this probably 20 times today, you will never, ever, ever win an argument online. Period. You just won't do it. So I want to take a step back. We get these panic phone calls, right? We get these panic phone calls like, oh my gosh, I've got this negative online review. And then what happens is it's sort of interesting, right? So when there's a negative online review, other people have nothing else to do in their lifetime. Everyone jumps on this bandwagon. Oh yes, hospital clinic XYZ in Greenville. Horrible, horrible. And meanwhile, you got people from California responding, you got people in Topeka, Kansas responding. And they don't know where Greenville is, have never been there, couldn't even tell you where the practice is at. So there's a feeding frenzy that goes on here. That's the time where you got to remain really calm. My recommendation is when we get these calls, like, oh my gosh, we just had a negative online review, call Oberman. Our first thing is wait 24 to 48 hours. You're like, oh my God, there's no way I can do this. Trust me, that's the best thing you can do is wait 24 to 48 hours. What happens during that time, right? Yes, our doctors are in a panic. Here we go. So you review the facts internally. What happened, right? You speak with the veterinarian, the owners. Some of the owners are no longer practicing. They run the management side, which is great. You talk to the treating physician. You talk to the team members. You talk to the managers. Get everyone involved in this conversation. And then you figure out, one, what happened? Two, is it even legitimate, right? What happened during this complaint? So then at that point, you avoid a reactive response, which is the worst thing you could do as far as escalation goes.